Hi, Mrs. Smithsonian. Hi, I'm Nurse Nightingale.
Oh, hi.
I'm the nurse practitioner here at your family health team.
Oh, hi.
I understand you made an appointment to see Dr. Jekyll.
Yes, I did.
And because of the way the whole family health team thing works now, we knew this was a kind of an information thing you were looking for. So
Right.
typically now we have myself as the nurse practitioner or an RN kind of do the information part, and then
Right.
if we need to, we'll make sure you get to see Dr. Jekyll. I hope that's okay with you.
That's fine.
Right. I understand you had some questions about the HPV
Yes,
vaccine
yes, I
and
do.
your daughter.
Yes. I get this letter home. This letter?
Okay.
And it's asking us to consent to this HPV vaccination.
Okay.
We don't agree with it.
Oh.
So that's why 2 weeks ago I made an appointment. In the meantime, I've done a lot of research and homework. I've gone to the library, gone on the internet. I have all this stuff. I've taken notes. I got it all together. I still don't want it. Not my sweet little Tiffany. She's not having that.
Okay.
And I'd like to share this information with you because I think I could teach you a few things.
Okay. All right. Well, we have some new things here at the Family Health Team, so I have a proposal. How about I start off and tell you why I think Tiffany should have it and the reasons and all of that, and then you can tell me a little bit of what you have here, maybe not all of it.
Sure.
'Cause that looks like
it's
a
good
pretty
stuff.
big pile. And how about then I will email you at your Family Health Team email address. You have one?
Right?
Great. I'm going to email you my material. I'm just going to talk generally.
Could you get it back to me by Wednesday?
I'll get it to you later today.
Okay.
And if you could send me yours.
Right.
You tell me your stuff, and then we'll send it. And then on Wednesday, say,
Oh,
I'm
yes.
going to answer your issues, say,
And I can
and you
get
can
back
respond
to
to mine.
you. Great.
And then we have something new. It's called a discussion board
All right.
for the whole family
Okay.
health team, and I have had a few appointments like this. So how would you feel about if we post up our stuff?
Great, because there's lots of parents like me. I've talked to lots of people.
Okay.
They'd want to know what I have to tell them.
Okay, so say Thursday, we'll let other people who've read both of our sides have a go and maybe comment, and maybe that will help us
Okay.
get to a decision.
Well, you can talk to me
Okay.
and I'll try and be a good listener.
Okay, so HPV, this Gardasil, is the vaccine that's talking about in your letter, and it is actually a vaccine to prevent 4 types of HPV virus. HPV is human papillomavirus.
What a word.
It's
I thought
a-
of that.
HPV, there's actually like more than 100 kinds, but only about 40 of them cause anogenital HPV. They infect the genital tract, okay?
Mhm.
Of those, there are 2, type 16 and 18, that the World Health Organization in 1995 deemed carcinogenic. They actually cause cervical cancer. No questions. They cause about 70% of cervical cancers. So those 2 are covered in the vaccine that Tiffany may get. Additionally, there are 2 other types of HPV covered in that vaccine. They're types 6 and 11. 6 and 11 don't cause cancer, but they do cause 90% of genital warts. The WHO also described some other HPV types as possibly carcinogenic in that they might cause cervical cancer, but they can't say for sure the way they can for type 16 and 18. So the Gardasil covers 16, 18 cervical cancer risk there, and 6 and 11 for genital warts. Okay? And you're thinking, well, why do we want to give it to them anyway? You know, how often, how many people get HPV?
That's right.
It's-
I'm sure I don't have it.
You probably don't, I'm quite certain. In Canada, the rates vary, but the latest studies I have from British Columbia from 2004 and 5, so pretty recent, actually indicate that the highest rates were for the age group of women under 20. So more people under 20 had HPV viruses than people over any other age
That's
group. Those under the
disgusting.
20, yes.
Disgusting.
And actually 18% of those people under 20 who had HPV virus, 18% of them had the cancer-causing virus.
Where were their mothers?
16 and 18.
Oh.
Okay. The other time, the 6 and 11 cause genital warts, those might go away all on their own, and certainly we have treatments to help with those if anyone ever did get them. But if they're preventable, maybe that'd be a nicer way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, HPV 16 and 18 cause cervical cancer, as I said, and in the world, that's a significant thing. There are 274,000 deaths every year in the world. Now, Canada's not as bad as some of the other parts of the world. Our mortality has gone down, so deaths have gone down.
Good.
Mainly because more women get regular pap smears because more women are on the birth control pill. And to get the birth control pill, you get a pap smear.
I've heard that.
So we have a much lower rate now. So in Canada in 2008, 380 women would die, and then there would be 1,300 new cases of cervical cancer. So still a large number of women. And then there is a little bit of variation by province, and there seems to be a little bit more of it down in the East Coast than in Ontario, say, where we live. But some of that's explained because we're not catching it early enough, so their deaths are a little bit higher because it's later in the disease. So the Gardasil protects against the 70% of the cervical cancer causing HPV, 16 and 18, 90% for genital warts. Okay? It's given in 3 doses, so 3 separate times. Tiffany would need to come and get an injection. We know it lasts up as long as 5 to 6 years at this point in time. That's how long the research has been going on, and it's been out on the market a couple of years now, and millions of people have received this vaccine. There was 7 clinical trials before we even went approved, and over 11,000 9 to 26-year-olds received that vaccine in the various trials. So it's been very well tested, one of the best tested vaccine ever to come on the market in recent years. It's very safe. The most common problem or adverse event reported in the trials were pain at the site where they got the needle, and that's pretty common. 83% of people who got the vaccine reported that. 75% of people got the aluminum placebo, almost 50% of the people who got salt water. So pain is probably more to do with the way it's delivered than necessarily what's in the injection. Okay? What else do you need to know? Why are we giving it to Tiffany when she's only 13?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's awfully young.
It's best given when a girl is about 11 or 12, 13, prior to their sexual debut. Now, I know you don't want to go there, but it gives the best protection, and it's more effective if it's given before a girl starts to have any sexual contact. And it doesn't even have to be intercourse to get HPV. It can just be skin-to-skin touching or even oral sex. More commonly with intercourse, but those things can too. So that's why. The other reason is when a girl is a younger person like that, they're generally very healthy with very, what we call robust immune systems. So the vaccine will work better because they're young and they're very healthy.